All right, Derek Shapiro here, D Shop in the morning with the owner of Competition Shooting Supplies in Pawtucket with the owner John Francis. What's your go-to thing this week?
So this week, on Tuesday, I've received a fairly good-sized truck shipment. I've got some more 9mm range target ammo. We got some fairly decent guns.
Sure.
But I also managed to get my hands on some smokeless powder for reloaders, which has been in extremely short supply. I've not, this is the first real shipment I've gotten in probably 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. So, primers and powder continue to be in short supply. I mean, you can find them. You look online, but the prices are just unbelievably outrageous.
You seem a lot more positive this week than 2 weeks ago because a lot of things are in the news. You seem a lot more brighter.
Things as far as in the gun control front, things are kind of looking up there. Not so much here in Rhode Island. The General Assembly here is pushing forward with their so-called assault weapon ban, which, if enacted the way it's written, it will ban the sale of virtually every semi-automatic firearm in the state. It'll cripple gun dealers, likely force me out of business.
Sure.
I don't know about the larger guys, whether they could survive that kind of hit, but there is kind of a silver lining. On the other side of the country, California, their magazine ban and their so-called assault weapons ban is going to be declared unconstitutional in a matter of weeks.
And I'm glad you mentioned California because I've interviewed a lot of actors from California recently, so I have a lot more California fans, by the way. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, well. Yeah, so even though that doesn't have any direct effect on other states,
right?
It is likely that the state of California is going to reappeal the overturning of their laws back up the legal ladder, so to speak. And the question is, it will eventually reach the Ninth Circuit of Federal Appeals Court, which is one of the most liberal courts in the land. So the question is, in light of the Bruen decision, do they, one, even take the case? And if they don't take the case, then the lower court ruling stands. Or they take it and uphold the lower court ruling. Not that they want to, but the way the Bruen decision out of New York has been formulated, it's nearly impossible for them not to agree with the lower court on that one. So,
right.
You've got challenges to, rifle and magazine bans going on all over the country. Illinois, as of late, has been in the news because of the way they, ran through their legislation. And, it's been, there was a fourth judge who upheld a temporary restraining order against the state based upon her opinion that it was a violation of Illinois' equal protection law.
Sure.
And that judge was a Biden appointee. So there's a lot to be said for the fight that they're bringing in Illinois.
Yep.
I think that that could certainly apply here. So because in the proposed assault weapon bill, they're exempting police officers,
sure,
but no one else.
Sure.
So they're exempting one class of people over another.
Sure. Hey, question, John. What's your policy if someone calls from out of state, like if someone calls from California, if someone calls from Illinois, they want to buy something for you? Can they buy all the way from California for you?
So it's technically yes, but it depends on what they want to buy. Because just because it's a mail order type of thing, or something over the internet doesn't mean that whatever they want me to sell them is actually legal in their state.
Sure.
So
So you
I
got to
have
find
make
out what's
sure
legal.
that there's a particular gun that they want me to ship to a dealer in California. I have to make sure that it's lawful in California for them to possess that gun.
Okay.
So I'd reach out to their licensed dealer because dealers can't ship guns to unlicensed individuals in other states.
Sure.
That's been federal law since 1968. So it has to go to a dealer where they live, and then it's up to that dealer to also make sure that the transfer is not going to violate any state or federal statutes.
How often do you get calls from like other states other than Rhode Island, Connecticut, or Mass?
In 2020, in 2021, in 2022, I was getting a fair amount of calls from various states all over the country, mostly people looking for powder and primers that, people that reload their own ammunition.
And you sold them to them too?
As far as guns, no.
Okay. Wow. Okay. But so you sold the powder and everything to them?
If I had it, which I've not. Again, I've not seen any primer or powder orders since pre-COVID.
Sure. Wow. And then today you said you got a lot. Well, Tuesday you got a large shipment of what?
So looks like I'm getting some rifle and some pistol powder that's supposed to be coming in.
All right. So that's a different kind of powder, though, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, John Francis, for this week, and we'll call you next week. And you have a great week until then.
You too. Thanks.
D Shop in the morning.